Alright guys, I'm here on Vatsim. I've got the ATIS information. I've got this helicopter started up. Haven't called ATC yet, filed my flight plan. But we've got an aircraft coming in, so let's just watch that land. And then we'll call up tower afterwards. He's landing 27 right. So he's going to be landing a bit behind us, but we're just going to do a couple of patterns, possibly a couple of auto rotations. Get that train. That's always fun to do on a network like Vatsim. Sweet. And if you see, the aircraft being in the ground, that's because he's on a different platform, uh, probably on FSX or prepared. Um, the airport elevation is probably a bit off on those, but nothing too major so it impacts the flight, but it's visible when you see. Seems like there has just been a change in weather. Tell you what, we'll get the new ATIS quickly before we call tower. Already got it in there, so we can just quickly swap over. See?
Enliven 35. Arrivals expect
Nope.
ILS runway 279.
Information Bravo still.
Visual approach runway 35.
Alright. Yeah, I've got Bravo. I've set the altimeter 3016 and winds are 320 at 8 knots. Scattered at somewhere high. Not a problem for us. We're doing practicing auto rotations and then doing stuff, and that'll be at about 1,000 feet. So the clouds that we have are way above us. But we'll call up Philadelphia Tower, and then we'll let them know that we are at the Atlantic FBO. Let them know about our call sign. Tell them we have Bravo and we want clearance for VFR as we have filed. That's what I'm gonna do. Alright. Philadelphia Tower, helicopter November 45 Tango Romeo at the Atlantic FBO with information Bravo, requesting VFRs filed.
Helicopter November 5 November 45 Tango Romeo, Philadelphia Tower, clear into Philadelphia class Bravo airspace. Squawk 0602, call for taxi.
Copy Squawk 0602, cleared into the airspace, and we'll call you when we're ready for taxi. November 45 Tango Romeo. Sweet. 0602, we'll dial that in. 0602, and then we'll hit up altitude, as that is squawk mode Charlie. They're going to ask for that. They want that on the taxiways and so on. Guess it helps them out to know where we are. Don't have to keep a track of every single airplane that's around here. We've got another airplane out here by 12 o'clock. He is inbound. But we're just going to do our final checks. We've got the radio frequencies that we need. We've got everything on here. Get the pitch and roll trim on, taxi light, landing lights, we're doing VFR. Got the squawk set. Don't need COM2, but we got it in case. We've got attitude indicator, we've got our radar altimeter, HSI, RPM's good and stable. No warnings or cautions. Temperatures and pressures are in the green. Up here, the engine starter is locked. Fuel valve is forward and locked. And everything is looking good. Alright. Philadelphia Tower, November 45 Tango Romeo is ready for taxi.
November 45 Helicopter November 45 Tango Romeo. Runway 7 left. Taxi via Alpha Delta Sierra, hold short 27 right.
Alright, let me just get that. Copy Alpha Delta Sierra and hold short 27 right for November 45 Tango Romeo. Let me just get my ground chart up because I don't have my phone on me, so just have a look. Alpha going here, Delta here, and Sierra, which is here. Hold short of 27 right. Come past here. Oh, I did not catch what runway that was. Was that 35 or 27 left? You're holding short of 27 right. I'm guessing that's 5. Okay, so call them up. Philadelphia Tower number 45 Tango Romeo. Is that for runway 35 or 27 left?
Back up to November 45 Tango Romeo, you can expect 27 left for circuits.
Copy, expecting 27 left for circuits. Alright, so via Alpha, Delta, Sierra, and then hold short at 27 right. We're here at the FBO terminal Alpha, right here, out to Delta. We'll make a right-hand turn when we come out. Left on Delta, holding short of 27 right, which is here. Then down and past here. Alright, we'll get going. Winds are off of our left right now. Tailwind taxiing down Delta. Fine, we'll keep a bit of speed. You see our airspeed is showing almost 0 knots, which is obviously not true to our relative ground speed, but it's picked up and we are almost directly into the wind. This is Alpha 3 and we are on Alpha and Delta's up ahead. Left on Delta. Here, I haven't heard anybody else taxi around except for that guy going via Queens and Juliet. It's 3526, we were not really sure of that. Not 3526, sorry, 0826. Just got 27 right, so that'll be the next one up ahead. This one. See, 7 right, 9 left. Indeed, that is what we are holding short of.
Philadelphia Tower, good evening. Maple 7534 is inbound on ILS runway 27 right.
Maple 7534, helicopter across 27 right prior to your arrival, wind 330 at 8, runway 27 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 27 right, Maple 7534.
Told us we're going to be crossing.
Helicopter 45, it's Tango Romeo, across 27 right.
Going to be crossing 27 right and going via Sierra to 27 left for 45 Tango Romeo. Don't know if I was meant to tell him where I'm going next. I guess I've already told him that one, so that was kind of pointless, but you know. Right, now I just have to quickly figure out. So we're on delta, and this is Sierra going left, so we are gonna go Sierra. He didn't tell us to hold short of this, so we'll just continue past. It is not in use currently. Continuing on Sierra. Sierra is straight ahead. Sierra is going to be to the left here, isn't it? Lima is going to be to the right. Sierra is going to be to the left. Expecting 27 left, Delta Sierra. Alpha Delta Sierra, but we are on Sierra. 27 left, does he want me to... I guess he just wants me to hop on to hold short of 27 left on the first. This is 27 left. Sierra 1. So my taxing here, my hover taxing is not on point. I'm concentrating a bit. I don't think I've ever taxied this far.
Helicopter 45 Tango Romeo, make a left close traffic at 500 feet. Report midfield left downwind, runway 27 left, clear for takeoff.
We'll be clear for takeoff, 27 left, we'll make left-hand traffic at 500 feet, and we'll report to you when we are on the downwind midfield, November 45 Tango Romeo. Alright, sweet. So 500 feet, that's a bit lower than I was expecting and wanting, so don't know if we're gonna get to do any good autos, or definitely we're not going to do any 180 autos because that will probably require about 1,000 feet. Could do some straight in autos, but they'll be a bit sketchy since we won't have too much altitude to work with. I mean, of course it's possible and it's safe, but not a lot of time to set everything up. We'll see. We'll just request the option, and then we've still got time to decide. Our first one, how about we don't make that, how about we make that a run-up landing, simulating that we have a stuck rudder pedal. So, while we're turning to final, we shall, getting 500 feet here. Yeah, so once we turn to final, we'll stop using any rudder control. Shall keep that to a minimum, get our feet off of the rudder pedals, and we'll simulate.
Clear 27 right and request taxi to Concourse G for Maple 7534.
Maple 7534, taxi to the ramp via Quebec, Juliet, remain in frequency.
Taxi to the ramp via Juliet for Maple 7534.
So we'll just request the option, and then we'll do the stuck pedal run up landing. I've got that. Haven't trained that in a while, so it's always good to do. A bit too much. Philadelphia Tower, November 45 Tango Romeo on the downwind for 27 left, requesting the option.
Welcome to 45 Tango Romeo. Winds now 360 at 5, runway 27 left, clear for the option, report midfield left downwind.
Copy, we'll report midfield left downwind and clear for the option. November 45 Tango Romeo. Alright. So we'll make the turn and we'll stop using rudder controls from now on. Slow down to 70 knots on the final. Is that runway? There it is. So the key to run-up landings and stock pedal, stock tiltrotor landings in the AS350 is coming in on final at 70-80 knots, and you're going to be out of trim nose to the right of the runway. That is a good sign. It's best if you have the wind to your right, like we do today, which is pretty perfect. And as we get down to the runway here, approaching it, we're going to have to pull in a bit of collective to keep us up. Keep it slowing down, keep slowing it down, keep slowing it down. And the nose is going to start coming to the left. And as soon as it starts coming to the left, and as soon as it's lined up with the runway straight, we're going to touch it down. And it even seems like the winds are so much in our favor that it is not a problem whatsoever today. We landed at more or less 0 ground speed. Awesome. Alright. So that's a bit boring due to the winds today. Like, perfect winds. We've got 5 knots to our right, which is going to push our tail to the left, keeping our nose even further to the right, even longer. Then allows us to land at 0 ground speed. Usually when performing this in a 0 wind condition, so you don't have any wind whatsoever, you'll land at about 20 to 30 knots. And yeah, that's usually where it's laid. But winds are in our favor, and yeah, all of the conditions were perfect for making this kind of landing. Wait, 250. I think we'll do an auto this time. We'll keep 500 feet around our turn till final, and then when we're sure we can make the field, we'll turn, or we'll cut off the throttle. And then
Until 7534, shut down at the gate. Thanks for the
Yeah.
APC. We'll see you later.
Yeah, so we'll cut the throttle and then we'll
That was 7534 Philadelphia.
and
Tower,
we'll
thanks,
auto
bye.
rotate down. I think we'll enter the auto at about 70 knots. We'll auto like we are actually coming in for a landing. Quite good. 500 feet. That as nicely as we can. Good. Philadelphia Tower, helicopter November 45 Tango, Romeo on the left down with 27 left, requesting the option. Called him a bit too late, I was actually too
I got
concentrated.
45 Tango Romeo on my 27 left, clear for the option.
Clear for the option, 27 left. Yeah, I was a bit too concentrated, keeping 500 feet. Not a problem. But turn coming around, not descend or ascend. Ever in our turn, want as much altitude as we want. We could ask him for more altitude, but it's not too big of a deal. Overshot that a bit. Right, we're sure making the field. Down. Cut the throttle. It's out. So we're coming down. Nose is level. Give the collective a bump. Keep the RPM under control. Bit of left pedal in there. Slow us down here to about 65 knots. Bit to keep the 65. RPM's looking good. 60 knots, we're coming down a bit slow, but that is fine. And flaring, RPM spiking. Collective, leveling out, and the ground. Sweet. Throttle to flight. RPM is coming up. That was almost a perfect auto, that was quite good. Smooth landing as well. No warning or cautions. Temperatures and pressures are in the green, and we'll get going. We'll make this our last landing. We'll just make it a full stop. Taxi back to the FBO and shut it down from there. Pretty good though. Got a couple of things trained, and it's always fun being on with the ATC. Gives you an extra edge. Want to perform a bit better. Don't want to fuck up, even though they can't see what you're doing exactly. They still pressure on. So yeah, I haven't seen many videos of Vatsim on X-Plane 11. I haven't actually seen any. It is possible. Squawkbox is working. I don't have Fly with Lure installed on X-Plane 11. I'm actually having a few problems with Fly with Lure for X-Plane 11, but Squawkbox is working just fine. So who knows what that beeping is? It's the console just under my GPS that does that, and I'm not entirely sure what it is or why it does it, but it does. Yeah, so I thought I'd make a video on X-Plane 11 Vatsim as possible. And while we were in the festive mood, I went ahead and installed the winter textures from the xplane.org store. Some sweet winter textures. I've installed them. I know it's not slowing in Philadelphia right now, but I actually installed them for the Bella Coola scenery that I've been playing around with, but they work quite well for most of the area here. You could technically take it to north of Australia and have snow there if you really wanted, but it fits in with Philadelphia. Philadelphia gets snow in the winter. I think it's plus degrees right now though. Celsius, of course. Philadelphia Tower, number 45 Tango Romeo on the left downwind for 27 left, requesting full stop landing.
I got 45 Tango Romeo on my 27 left, clear to land.
Let's land 27 left. Sweet. We are beam. have come in a tad bit. Keep our 500 feet and we'll do a bit of a tight turn here. So we don't overshoot the runway again. Try and keep it at 500 feet. Speed can come into the yellow, just not the red mark. Slow down nicely, and we'll take the first exit here, which what is here? It is Sierra 3. Look like you're meant to exit here, but we are a helicopter and we can do what we want. The high-speed exit, I guess, for landing. Alright. Philadelphia Tower helicopter 45 Tango Romeo is off the active runway on Sierra 3.
Recover 45 Tango Romeo, you're requesting parking?
FA requesting parking at the Atlantic FBO where I started earlier.
November 45 Tango Romeo, text to General Aviation, parking via Sierra, Delta, Alpha, and cross 27 right.
Copy, Sierra Delta Alpha and crossing 27 right for 45 Tango Romeo. Sweet. Sierra, coming down. So obviously the reason we don't have to worry about crossing the other two runways because they are not in use as active runways. 27 right and 27 left are in use, and that's what was briefed in the ATIS. So kind of just ignoring that 3.5 and the other one, 2.6, is there. Sierra, crossing 27 right. This is 3.5 though, also crossing that. Taxi through here. Echo going past here. So this is Delta. Crossing 27 right. Kilo. Staying on Delta until Alpha. Hotel. 08. Then it is Alpha to the right.
Endeavor 4140 is on the visual 35.
November 4140 Philadelphia Tower, report field in sight.
Okay, clear to land 35, thank you, Endeavor 4140.
That's exactly what was said.
November 4140 negative, report field in sight.
We have the field in sight, Endeavor 4140.
November 4140, wind 360 at 5, runway 35, cleared to land.
35, clear land, Endeavor 4140.
Philadelphia Tower, helicopter number 45 Tango Romeo at parking. Have a great New Year's.
You too, thanks for flying.
Sweet. Get the sucker shut down, but that's all I had for today. The flight. Shut that horn off. Yeah, just a flight training auto rotation and training the stuck pedal landing. Always fun to do. But thank you guys very much for joining me. And, yeah, have a great day and have a great New Year when that comes around.